There's a watchmaker in Bern who has worked at the same bench for 31 years. Every Friday at noon, before lunch, he does the same 4 things. He checks a small notebook where every expense of the week is written in pencil. He moves money, always the same amount, into an account he calls his quiet account. He pays every bill that arrived that week, all of them, to 0. And then he closes the notebook and doesn't think about money again until the next Friday. 20 minutes, once a week. He drives a 14-year-old car. His coat is older than his apprentice, and he has never once, in 31 years, been unable to pay for something he needed. Meanwhile, somewhere else, a person earning more than he does is checking their banking app with one eye closed, hoping the number isn't what they know it is, doing the math backwards from payday, feeling rich for 5 days, and broke for 25. On a salary the watchmaker would consider comfortable. Here's the question this video answers. What does the watchmaker know? Because it isn't a secret investment. It isn't crypto, and it isn't luck. Switzerland is the country with one of the highest median wealths per adult on the planet. And the strange part is how its ordinary people handle money. With 8 rules so simple, they sound almost childish, until you notice that almost nobody actually follows them. By the end, you'll have all 8. Rule 5 is the one that will annoy you. Rule 8 is the one nobody talks about. But first, one number, because it frames everything. Swiss households save around 20% of what they earn, year after year, one of the highest rates in the developed world. The American rate has spent recent years in the low single digits. That gap isn't talent. Compounded over a working life, it's the difference between retiring calm and never retiring at all. 8 rules produce that gap. Here they are. Rule 1. Pay yourself first and make it automatic. The watchmaker's Friday transfer happens before anything else gets spent. That's the whole trick. Savings comes out first, like a bill, not last, like a leftover. Most people save whatever survives the month, and by design, nothing survives the month. Spending expands to fill whatever it can see. The Swiss order is reversed. The saving leaves on payday, invisibly, automatically, and the month happens inside what remains. Nobody misses money they never saw arrive. Start at 10% if 20 sounds impossible. Start at 5. The percentage matters less than the order. First, not last. That's rule 1, and everything else builds on it. Rule 2. If you can't pay it in full, you can't afford it. We covered how the Swiss treat credit card balances in the last video. But the rule underneath goes further, and it's worth saying plainly. In the everyday Swiss mind, there are exactly 2 things worth borrowing for: a home and an education. Everything else, the sofa, the vacation, the television, the car in most cases, waits until the money exists. Installments are the art of making unaffordable things feel affordable. 4 easy payments for something that was never easy. The rule cuts through every marketing trick ever invented. Full price, right now, from money I have. Yes or no. If no, the answer isn't installments. The answer is not yet. That's 2. Rule 3. Think in 3 layers. Switzerland's entire retirement system is built on something called the 3 pillars. And you don't need the Swiss details, because the thinking is the treasure. Layer 1. Security, the money that guarantees you'll always eat. The state handles part of it there. Your job is the emergency fund. 3 to 6 months. Untouchable. Layer 2. The future. Retirement money. Automatic. Boring. Never rated. Layer 3. Freedom. What's left after the first 2 and only after the first two. For dreams, risks, pleasures, mistakes. Here's why the order is everything. Most people run it backwards. Freedom spending first, future money someday, security never. That's a life where one bad month topples everything, because there's no floor under it. Build the floor, then the walls, then decorate. A smaller dream on top of a solid floor beats a big one balanced on nothing. That's 3. Rule 4. Rent without shame, and never buy status with a roof. Here's a fact that breaks most American assumptions about wealth. Switzerland, one of the richest countries on earth, has one of the lowest home ownership rates in Europe. Roughly 6 in 10 Swiss households rent, many for life, comfortably, including wealthy ones. Owning was never the definition of arriving. The Swiss question about housing is coldly practical. What does this roof cost me each month? And what does that cost prevent me from doing? An American stretching to the maximum mortgage a bank will allow is buying a title, homeowner, and paying for it with decades of thin months. The Swiss renter puts the difference into rules 1 and 3, and often ends up wealthier than the neighbor who owns and can't breathe. The rule isn't never buy, it's never stretch. If owning costs your margin, your emergency fund, and your calm, the house owns you. That's 4. And now, Rule 5. The one that will annoy you, because it attacks the way all of us were taught to feel clever about shopping. Rule 5. Cheap is expensive. Buy once, buy well. The Swiss pay more upfront than almost anyone, on purpose. The boots that cost $300 and last 12 years. The coat worn for 2 decades. The oven repaired, not replaced. Run the arithmetic that sale tags are designed to keep you from running. $40 boots, replaced every winter, cost $400 a decade. And you spent the decade with wet feet. The $300 pair costs less per year, works better every single day, and gets repaired because there's a cobbler, and using him is normal, not quaint. Cheap things aren't cheap. They're expensive things that bill you in installments of disappointment. The discount aisle sells the feeling of saving, and the feeling is the entire product. The rule: for anything you'll use daily for years. Shoes, mattress, tools, coat. Buy the best you can genuinely afford. Then run it into the next decade. That's 5. Rule 6. Insure the catastrophe. Absorb the small stuff. Swiss health insurance comes with a choice every adult makes annually. Pick your deductible. Choose a high one, pay lower premiums, and cover small costs yourself. Most financially steady Swiss pick high, and the logic is a complete philosophy of risk in one sentence. Insurance exists for what would ruin you, not for what would annoy you. The catastrophe, fire, disability, the operation must be covered always. No gambling there. But the small stuff, insuring every scratch means paying a company to be scared for you at a markup. Here's the connection most people miss. Your emergency fund from Rule 3 is what buys you this power. With a cushion. Small disasters are expenses, not emergencies. And you stop renting peace of mind at retail prices. Cover the ruin. Absorb the rest. That's 6. Rule 7. Money is private. Wealth whispers. We touched this in the last video from the outside. The quiet money culture. No logos. No announcements. But from the inside, as a rule of your own life, it goes deeper. Stop letting an audience vote on your spending. Half of overspending isn't desire. It's theater. The car for the neighbors, the kitchen for the guests, the vacation for the feed. The Swiss simply don't perform it. And look what that frees. Every franc not spent on the performance goes to rules 1 through 6, compounding silently where no one claps. Nobody claps for your emergency fund. That's exactly why it works. The audience you're performing for is busy performing for you, and neither of you is watching the other. Retire from the show. That's 7. And rule 8, the one nobody talks about, because it doesn't look like a money rule at all. Rule 8, protect your evenings, protect your Sundays. Feierabend is the Swiss word for the moment work ends and the evening becomes yours, and it's honored like a border. Sunday, by law and by habit, the country stops, shops shut, rest is scheduled. Collective, non-negotiable. Here's what rest has to do with being broke. Count your own spending for one tired week. The delivery because cooking felt impossible. The purchase at 11 p.m. because the day gave you nothing. The impulse buys that are really just exhaustion asking for a reward. Tiredness is expensive. Marketers know your defenses are lowest when you're drained. That's precisely when the algorithm leans in. A rested person cooks, walks, thinks, waits a day before buying. An exhausted one orders, scrolls, and clicks buy now. The watchmaker's calm isn't a personality trait. It's 20 minutes on Friday, plus evenings that actually end, plus 1 day a week that money can't reach. Rest isn't the reward for getting rich. It's part of the method. That's 8. All 8 in one breath. Save first, automatically. Full price, or not yet. Floor, walls, then decorate. Never stretch for a roof. Buy once, buy well. Insure ruin, absorb annoyance. Wealth whispers, and rest on schedule. Like your finances depend on it. Because they do. Notice what's missing from that list. Stock picks, side hustles, crypto, anything clever. That's the entire point. And it's the most Swiss thing about the whole system. Getting rich slowly is boring. And boring is the feature. Excitement is what the broke version of you was paying for. Here's tomorrow's assignment, and it's the watchmakers, scaled down. 1. Set up one automatic transfer on payday. Any amount, even $25, before you can negotiate with yourself. 2. Pick a weekly money moment, 20 minutes, same day, same time, where you look at everything once, pay what's owed, and then close the notebook and live your life. That's it. Not a budget app with 14 categories. A Friday. Which of the 8 rules do you already follow, and which one have you been breaking your whole adult life? Put both numbers in the comments. I read them. In the rule that gets broken, most becomes its own video. And if you know someone earning good money and somehow always broke by the 25th, send them the watchmaker. Not advice, just this video. It lands softer coming from him. See you in the next one.